So today we came out, there's a big group of us actually came out on just a full-blown diving spearfishing mission, and turns out it was an absolute ripper of a day. Nearly everyone got fish. It was awesome, and this is literally my first 10 seconds in the water. I spot this big trout from the surface. I know the shape of them, it's stuck into my head, and I go down and I cook it big time. Right here, I've just told me mate what I took a shot at and missed. He's going down, and you can see it just next to the left of that big bommy in the middle of the screen, and he turns broadside but then starts taking off. He has a shot, spear pulls out. Very unfortunate, and then yeah, we look around for a while and end up finding him again under another ledge.
You had a crack at him too, eh?
Fuck, he just got off.
Did he?
He got off. He's under that ledge just right underneath me here.
He's a big dog.
Yeah, he's alright. He's down there, under that ledge.
So I know this trout has to have a home here somewhere, so I'm going down to try to find it, and find him. I know he's hiding under a ledge here somewhere. They don't go too far. They'll just stick themselves inside a ledge, hold in there and hope that you never find them again. And I don't know, usually you search every hole and you end up finding them, and I'll find him, and yeah, put a good shot at him. So he is actually, it's hard to see, but he's facing away from us. And I just line this angle up on the side of his head and bang. So here I'm just sending me mate Russ down. He's going down to try to get that trout out. I'm still catching my breath. Unfortunately, he didn't want to bend my spear, and he couldn't get him out. And then, yeah, I cruise down afterwards, and I'm a little bit more rough with my gear, and I rip him out. At this spot, you'll actually notice that big school of fish swimming around down there. It was diamond trevally. First time I'd seen them that big. There's quite a lot of them, and they're actually with some golden trevally as well, but most of them were diamond trevally. They were pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So right here, once I grab the spear shaft, I'm actually putting both hands in, getting a hand on either side of the fish on both sides of the shaft, and then I know I got him, and then rip him out. Too easy. So we're in the water here at a different spot. It is a little bit shallower, and when I look down here on the bottom, I make out all these shapes, and there is just coral trout just stacked on the bottom. First time I'd seen them in these numbers. There would have been a good 6 just sitting in front of that main bommy down there, and while I'm looking at them, there is a big tusk fish swimming around, and tell me old brother boy Bestie here to bust a trout, and I cruised down and that tusky come in too close and couldn't help myself and put a spear in him. Tuskies are a very strong fish. He spools a few feet of my line, and as I swim in here, look at the coral trout underneath the ledge in front of me. There's a big trout.
Whoever wants to shoot a trout, boy, jump in.
Now we've came to our third spot of the day. We stayed here for most of the day diving, lots and lots of ground to cover. The tide here is incredibly strong, so we're jumping in groups of 3, and you pretty much go with the tide. Anything in front of you can shoot, anything that goes beside you and swims the opposite direction, kiss it goodbye, it is gone. Just here I go to the bottom, I have a good search along, just floating with the tide, and then I see this ledge, so I creep towards it and I see a huge tusk fish. I mean a massive tusk fish, and as I go to line him up, you will hear what happens. The boat comes in and 2 V8 engines and he is gone.
I'm just jumping in. Woo!
So here I've jumped in the water again. I wanted to have a dive with Brother Bodes, load up my gun. I was getting cramps, but you know, you just I've had cramps before while I've been diving. You just sort of stretch them out and keep going. Be careful though, do be careful, because you do need to make it back up to the surface. Right here we got Bodes cruising down. He's going down to put a shot in a nice tusky. Unfortunately this tusky pulls off the spear. I have a quick dive straight after, try to sort of follow it along, but yeah, he's gone. Unfortunate, but it does happen. Here, as I'm cruising down, I spot a nice big estuary cod. Yeah, he takes off, spins around, but like most cod, trout, these type of species, they will pull up and have a good look at you. There, I get a beautiful shot. Thought I stoned him, swim up to the surface, and then this big fella starts to play up, and I got to use all my strength to keep hold of him. And you'll notice that the flopper is still hanging about 1 inch out of his head. So I was holding that spear in there as tight as I could to keep a grip on him. And yeah, ended up getting him in. And you'll see when I throw him into the boat what happens. It was pretty cool, and yeah, a lot of luck was involved in this.
I see you grabbing properly, boss. You fucking come off. Woo! Yeah. It just went into his head, stoned him, and then he wanted to play up on the surface.
Yeah, I know.
At the surface.
I was sitting over towards him and I was thinking coming like that.
Us. Oh, they're a dirty dog. He just sat there and let me fucking pluck him. I reckon he's 99. 99 around. Look at the cut.
So right here, found this nice big ledge, just having a look. There was a few good bald chin hanging around, but they were out in the sand and didn't want to come close. Here I see a sneaky trout hiding underneath this ledge, and cook it. I did see a few coral trout hanging around this area, quite nice sized ones. So we hang around here and yeah, I do a few rush shots and miss them. And here you'll see Captain Quinn coming out of the depths. Not sure exactly what depth we were diving in here, but it was pretty deep. Not too deep, but not bad deep.
That's actually right.
Here you'll see I'm just doing lazy shots. Cramps were fairly kicking in and yeah, I was just being lazy, but it does pay off, as you'll see in the next bit of footage. Persistence, I suppose. Ended up getting me last trout, so this here is a little bit of a 2/3 halfway down dive, just having a scout around trying to find out where them trout went. Obviously I've had a couple shots at them. I assume they were different trout, but yeah, ended up going back down and finally getting a good shot. So in this nice clear water, I spot this fish from the surface. While I'm going down, I'm doing this spin attack. Don't ask me why, it just happens sometimes. And yeah, get a nice shot in this trout. This was my last fish of the day. Cramps were starting to attack me pretty bad. Ended up jumping in the boat after this trout. Had a few frothies with the boys and everyone else. Turned into one hell of a day. Yeah, it was a good steam home. Beautiful ride on the lovely boat we're on. Sat back enjoying life. And yeah, hope you like this video. A bit of good diving, and we'll see you in the next one.